everybody. Oh gosh. I sound weak. Maybe I am. Hello. Who do we have now? I love control. Hi mean. Hi Q9. Hi Brissy. Hi How. Hi Angel. Hi Nemu. Okay, that looks better. How is everybody? Nemu Bimo. Nemu Fish. Hey! Good morning. Today, I am a little lost. You know, I'm gonna switch to these pupils. Today, Nemu is... I don't know. I'm kind of miserable right now. But, you know what would make me even more miserable? If I don't stream today. If I don't stream again, I'll feel like no one loves me. No one needs me anymore. I need to stream today. Good morning. Hi, Pop Tap. The Void says hello. Well, is the Void, the Void? The only person I can think of is Doomik. Oh god, I did not sleep well last night. It was like way too hot. I need to get new blankets. I need to get like summer blankets. Cause my current blankets are like, they say it's like an all year 4-season blanket or covers. But they did make me like way too hot for summer. I need to get some sort of summer blankets. And every time it gets too hot when I sleep, I get nightmares. And you know, like recently Asia has been going through a lot of earthquakes. And so has the area I'm living in. And last night, I had a dream that there was this massive earthquake. And for some reason, I was like standing at these staircases in an apartment. And then the earthquake started shaking, right? So I was like clinging onto the rails. Or the bar, what is it called? What's it called? The rails that you hold on to? Handrail? Hi Lucad. Hi Nemu. I was like clinging onto the handrails. And then I hear this like old man falling off every single staircase under like beneath my level. And then it just like sounds like that meme when they like fall off the stairs. That's what it sounds like. That old man just keeps falling down every single staircase and every single floor. Then self commands you to have good sleep. Wait, who's that? Thine? Who? Level 5 sleep. I would love to. Yeah. Was there an earthquake yesterday? No, but there was an earthquake the day before yesterday. Hi, Dede. Hi, Nemu. There's an earthquake before the day before yesterday. I was on the toilet too. I was on the toilet. It was after stream. I was sitting on the toilet trying to get some business done, and all of a sudden goes ooh. And I'm like, oh, well, it wasn't that big, honestly. I'm exaggerating. It was like very small, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, is it me? Or is there an earthquake? Because sometimes you're like not sure anymore. At 987, Nemu. And honestly, it's because I'm not used to having earthquakes. Again, I used to live around earthquake areas too. But it's been like 10 years maybe since I had another earthquake experience. So it feels different. It's like not super terrifying. It is a little bit scary when I'm sitting at my desk because I'm sitting on bar tables and bar chairs, so they're like extra height. So when it does start shaking, it's like a little more shakier here. But I did let's see, what did I do? I was terrified last night. I woke up around like 12:50 something. And it was because of the earthquake dream. Oh my gosh. No, you don't. There's a fruit fly again. What the heck? Hold on. What's wrong with these fruit flies? They only appear when I'm streaming now. I've been waiting to slap them out the past 2 days when I was off. And yeah, it was nowhere to be seen until now. Until this morning. Weird. Hi, Kuma. Nemu. Hi, everybody. It's Sunday for most of you. Or is it already Monday? Oh, yeah. Okay, today I kind of want to read to you guys the books, the thrifted books that I got on Saturday. One of them is about history and war, so I don't think it's appropriate. I'm not sure. I don't think I want to read that because it's probably going to get me into political controversies, but okay. But the other three, Okay. The other 3 books. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. The other 3 I have are Pride and Prejudice, Devil Wears Prada, and you know I've never read this before. Lord of the Flies. I knew it. From somebody had this in their school assignment. Like, do we do? I don't want to read Pride and Prejudice because I have absolutely no clue what is happening. It's so hard to read because of the wordings are like older. Or we could read Lord of the Flies is talking about crazy dog. We can do this one. Hi, Nemu, everybody. Happy Sunday night and Monday mornings. Hey, Ski. Hi, Nemu. Alright, I'm gonna read Lord of the Flies today. Gotta wear my glasses. Okay. How's my music? I do have a new favorite music. Or pure music that I found yesterday. I'm gonna play that instead. Which is... which one was it? Just playing it yesterday. Videos. This is piano. History. Oh, it is this one. Okay. Let me know if it's too loud. I hope not. Okay. Chapter 1. The Sound of the Shell. The boy with fair hair lowered himself down the last few feet of rock and began to pick his way toward the lagoon. Though he had taken off his school sweater and trailed it now from one hand, his gray shirt stuck to him and his hair was plastered to his forehead. All round him, the long scar smashed into the jungle was a bath of heat. He was clambering heavily among the creepers and broken trunks when a bird, a vision of red and yellow, flashed upwards with a witch-like cry, and this cry was echoed by another. "Hi," he said. "Wait a minute." The undergrowth at the side of the scar was shaken, and a multitude of raindrops fell pattering. "Wait a minute," the voice said. "I got caught up." The fair boy stopped and jerked his stockings with an automatic gesture that made the jungle seem for a moment like the home county. The voice spoke again. "I can hardly move with all these creeper things." The owner of the voice came backing out of the undergrowth so that twigs scratched on a greasy windbreaker. The naked crooks of his knees were plump, caught and scratched by thorns. He bent down, removed the thorns carefully, and turned around. He was shorter than the fair boy and very fat. He came forward, searching out safe lodgments for his feet, and then looked up through thick spectacles. Spectacles? Yeah. Hi, Nemu. Hi, Edu. Where's the man with the megaphone? The fair boy shook his head. This is an island. At least I think it's an island. That's a reef out of the sea. Perhaps there weren't any grown-ups anywhere. The fat boy looked startled. There's that pilot, but he wasn't in the passenger cabin. He was up in front. The fair boy was peering at the reef through screwed-up eyes. "All them other kids," Fat Boy went on. "Some of them must have got out. They must have done. Mustn't they?" The fair boy began to pick his way as casually as possible toward the water. He tried to be offhand and not too obvious uninterested. The fat boy hurried after him. "Aren't there any grown-ups at all?" "I don't think so." The fair boy said this solemnly. Then the delight of a realized ambition overcame him. In the middle of the scar, he stood on his head and grinned at the reversed fat boy. "No grown-ups!" The fat boy thought for a moment. That pilot! The fair boy allowed his feet to come down and sat on the steamy earth. He must have flown off after he dropped us. He couldn't land here. Not a plane with wheels. He was attacked. He'll be back all right. Fat Boy shook his head. When we was coming down, I looked through one of them windows. I saw the other part of the plane. There were flames coming out of it. He looked up and down the scar. And this is what the cabin done. Fair Boy reached out and touched the jagged end of the trunk. For a moment he looked interested. What happened to it? He asked. Where's it got to now? That storm dragged it out to sea. It wasn't half dangerous with all them tree trunks falling. There must have been some kid still in it. He hesitated for a moment, then spoke again. What's your name? Ralph. Fat Boy waited to be asked his name in return, but this proffer of acquaintance was not made. The fair boy-clad Ralph smiled vaguely, stood up, and began to make his way once more toward the lagoon. Fat Boy hung steadily at his shoulder. I expect there is a lot more of us scattered about. You haven't seen any others, have you? Ralph shook his head and increased his speed. Then he tripped over a branch and came down with a crash. Fat Boy stood by him, breathing hard. My aunt told me not to run, he explained, on account of my asthma. Asthma? That's right. Can't catch my breath. I was the only boy in our school that had asthma, said the Fat Boy with a touch of pride. And I've been wearing specs since I was 3. He took off his glasses and held them out to Ralph, blinking and smiling, and then started to wipe them against his grubby windbreaker. An expression of pain and inward concentration altered the pale contours of his face. He smeared the sweat from his cheek and quickly adjusted the spectacles on his nose. Them fruit, he glanced round the scar. Them fruit, he said. I expect. Put on his glasses, waded away from Ralph, and crouched down among the tangled foliage. I'll be out again in just a minute. Ralph disentangled himself cautiously and stole away through the branches. In a few seconds, Fat Boy's grunts were behind him, and he was hurrying toward the screen still lay between him and the lagoon. He climbed over a broken trunk and was out of the jungle. The shore was fledged with palm trees. These stood or leaned or reclined against the light, and their green feathers were 100 feet up in the air. The ground beneath them was a bank covered with coarse grass, torn everywhere by the upheavals of falling trees, scattered with decaying coconuts and palm saplings. Behind this, darkness of the forest proper and the open space of sky, Ralph stood, one hand against the gray trunk, screwed up his eyes against the shimmering water. Out there, perhaps a mile away, the white surf flanked on a coral reef, and beyond that, open sea was dark blue. Then the irregular arc of coral and lagoon was still as a mountain lake, blue of all shades, and shadowy green and purple. The beach between the palm terrace and the water was a thin stick, endless apparently, for to Ralph's left, the perspectives of palm and beach and water drew to a point at infinity, and always almost visible was the heat. Hi Hazy! We are currently reading Lord of the Flies. I thrifted. Alright. He jumped down from the terrace. The sand was thick over his black shoes and the heat hit him. He became conscious of the weight of the clothes, kicked his shoes off fiercely, and ripped off each stocking with its elastic garter in a single movement. Then he leaped back on the terrace, pulled off his shirt, and stood there among the skull-like coconuts with green shadows from the palms and the forest sliding over his skin. He undid the snake clasp of his belt, lugged off his shorts and pants, and stood there naked, looking at the dazzling beach and the water. Whoa! He was old enough, 12 years and a few months, to have lost the prominent tummy of a childhood, and not yet old enough for adolescence to have made him awkward. You could see now that he might make a boxer as far as width and heaviness of shoulders went, but there was a mildness about his mouth and eyes that proclaimed no devil. He patted the palm trunk softly, and forced at last to believe in the reality of the island, laughed lightly again, and stood on his head. He turned neatly onto his feet, jumped down to the beach, knelt and slipped a double armful of sand into a pile against his chest. Then he sat back and looked at the water with bright, excited eyes. Ralph! The fat boy lowered himself over the terrace and sat down carefully, using the edge as a seat. I'm sorry I've been such a time. I'm fruit. He wiped his glasses and adjusted them on his button nose. The frame had made a deep pink V on the bridge. He looked critically at Ralph's golden body and then down at his own clothes. He laid a hand on the end of a zipper that extended down his chest. My auntie. Then he opened the zipper with decision and pulled the whole windbreaker over his head. There! Ralph looked at him sidelong and said nothing. I expect we'll want to know all their names, said the fat boy, and make a list. We ought to have a meeting. Ralph did not take the hint, so the fat boy was forced to continue. I don't care what they call me, he said confidently. So as long as they don't call me what they used to call me at school. Ralph was vaguely interested. What was that? The fat boy glanced over his shoulder, then leaned toward Ralph. He whispered, They used to call me Piggy. Ralph shrieked with laughter. He jumped up. Piggy, Piggy! Ralph, please! Piggy clasped his hands in apprehension. I said I didn't want... Piggy, Piggy! Piggy's so cute though. Ralph danced out into the hot air of the beach and then returned as a fighter plane, with wings swept back in machine gun Piggy. Ow? What is this? He dived in the sand at Piggy's feet and lay there laughing. Piggy! Piggy grinned reluctantly, pleased despite himself at even this much recognition. So long as you don't tell the others. Next page. Hi, Nemu. Ralph giggled into the sand. The expression of pain and concentration returned to Piggy's face. Half a sec. He hastened back into the forest. Ralph stood up and trotted along to the right. Here the beach was interrupted abruptly by the square motif of the landscape. A great platform of pink granite thrust up uncompromisingly through forest and terrace and sand and lagoon to make a raised jetty 4 feet high. The top of this was covered with a thin layer of soil and coarse grass and shaded with young palm trees. There was not enough soil for them to grow to any height, and when they reached perhaps 20 feet they fell and dried, forming a crisscross pattern of trunks, very convenient to sit on. Palms that still stood made a green roof, covered on the underside with a quivering tangle of reflections from the lagoon. Ralph hauled himself onto this platform, noted the coolness and shade, shut one eye, and decided that the shadows on his body were really green. Picked his way to the seaward edge of the platform and stood looking down into the water. It was clear to the bottom and bright with the efflorescence of tropical weed and coral. A school of tiny glittering fish flicked hither and thither. Ralph spoke to himself, sounding the bass strings of delight. Wizzo! Beyond the platform there was more enchantment, some act of God, a typhoon perhaps, or the storm that had accompanied his own arrival had banked sand inside the lagoon so that there was a long deep pool in the beach with a high ledge of pink granite at the further end. Ralph had been deceived before now by the specious appearance of that in a beach pool, and he approached this one preparing to be disappointed. But the island ran true to form, and the incredible pool, which clearly was only invaded by the sea at high tide, was so deep at one end as to be dark green. Ralph inspected the whole 30 yards carefully and then plunged in. The water was warmer than his blood, and he might have been swimming in a huge bath. Hi Cameron. Hi Paper and Twine. Be a big shot? Eh? Thank you for the follow, Guy on right? Is it Guy? Hi Guy. Beautiful voice. Thank you. Hi Kaylee. Oh, hi Nemu. Sheep life. I am reading Lord of the Flies, but I guess could be Sheep of the Flies. Water. Okay. I just took a big gulp. Where am I? Okay. Piggy appeared again, sat on the rocky ledge, and watched Ralph's green and wet body envious. You can't half swim. Piggy took off his shoes and socks, arranged them carefully on the ledge, and tested the water with one toe. It's hot! What did you expect? I didn't expect nothing. My auntie... Huh? Says... Where's my bookmark? Like, Bonk. Ralph did a surface dive and swam underwater with his eyes open. The sandy edge of the pool loomed up like a hillside. He turned over, holding his nose, and a golden light danced and shattered just over his face. Piggy was looking determined, began to take off his shorts. Presently, he was palely and fatly naked. He tiptoed down the sandy side of the pool and sat there up to his neck in water, smiling proudly at Ralph. Aren't you going to swim? Piggy shook his head. I can't swim. I wasn't allowed. My asthma. Sucks to your asthma. Piggy bore this with a sort of humble patience. You can't half swim well. Ralph paddled backwards down the slope, immersed his mouth, and blew a jet of water into the air. Then he lifted his chin and spoke. I could swim when I was 5. Daddy taught me. He's a commander in the Navy. When he gets leave, he'll come and rescue us. What's your father? Piggy flushed suddenly. My dad's dead, he said quickly. And my mom... He took off his glasses and looked vainly for something with which to clean them. I used to live with my auntie. She kept a candy store, and I used to get ever so many candies, as many as I liked. When will your dad rescue us? Soon as he can. Piggy rose dripping from the water and stood naked, cleaning his glasses with a sock. A sock? The only sound that reached them now through the heat of the morning was a long, grinding roar of the breakers on the reef. How does he know we're here? Ralph lulled in the water. Sleep enveloped him like the swathing mirages that were wrestling with the brilliance of the lagoon. How does he know we're here? Because, thought Ralph, because the roar from the reef became very distant. They tell him at the airport. Ah! This is only 20 minutes. And let's listen to... How about this one? Okay. Anyway, Nemu. Where am I? I'm lost. Oh, I'm over here. Okay. How does he know we're here? Ralph rolled in the water. I already read that. Sleep enveloped him like the slathering mirages that were wrestling with the brilliance of the lagoon. How does he know we're here? Thought Ralph. Because the roar from the reef became very distant. They tell him at the airport. He shook his head, put on his flashing glasses, and looked down at Ralph. Not them. Didn't you hear what the pilot said about the atom bomb? They're all dead. Ralph pulled himself out of the water, stood facing Piggy, and considered this unusual problem. Piggy persisted. This is an island, isn't it? I'm the rock. Ralph slowly. And I think this is an island. They're all dead, said Piggy. And this is an island. Nobody don't know we're here. Your dad don't know. Nobody don't know. Lips quivered and the spectacles were dimmed with mist. We may stay here till we die. With that word, the heat seemed to increase till it became a threatening weight, and the lagoon attacked them with a blinding effulgence. Get my clothes, muttered Ralph, along there. He trotted through the sand, enduring the sun's enmity, crossed the platform and found his scattered clothes. Put on a gray shirt once more was strangely pleasing. Then he climbed the edge of the platform and sat in the green shade on a convenient trunk. Piggy hauled himself up, carrying most of his clothes in his arms. He sat carefully on a fallen trunk near this little cliff that fronted the lagoon. The tangled reflections quivered over him. Presently he said, "We got to find the others. Got to do something." Ralph said nothing. Here was a coral island, protected from the sun. Ignoring Piggy's ill-omened talk, he dreamed pleasantly. Piggy insisted. How many of us are there? Ralph came forward and stood by Piggy. I don't know. Here and there, little breezes crept over the polished waters beneath the haze of heat. When these breezes reached the platform, the palm fronds would whisper, so that spots of blurred sunlight slid over their bodies or moved like bright winged things in the shade. Piggy looked up at Ralph. All the shadows on Ralph's face were reversed. Green above, bright below from the lagoon. A blur of sunlight was crawling across his hair. We got to do something. Ralph looked through him. Here at last was the imagined, never fully realized place leaping into real life. Ralph's lips parted in a delight smile, and Piggy, taking the smile to himself as a mark of recognition, laughed with pleasure. If it really is an island, what's that? Ralph had stopped smiling and was pointing into the lagoon. Something creamy lay among the ferny weeds. A stone. No, a shell. Suddenly, Piggy was a bubble with decorous excitement. That's right, it's a shell. I've seen one like that before, on someone's back wall. At Conchi caught it. He used to blow it and then his mom would come. It's ever so valuable. Near to Ralph's elbow, a palm sapling leaned out over the lagoon. Indeed, the weight was already pulling a lump from the poor soil, and soon it would fall. He tore out the stem and began to spoke about it, the water, while the brilliant fish flicked away on the side, and that Piggy leaned dangerously. Careful, you'll break it. Shut up. Ralph spoke up absently. The shell was interesting and pretty and a worthy plaything. The vivid phantoms of his daydream still interposed between him and Piggy, who in this context was an irrelevance. Palm sapling, bending, pushed the shell across the weeds. Ralph used one hand as a fulcrum, pressed down with the other till the shell rose, gripping, and Piggy could make a grab. Now the shell was no longer a thing seen but not to be touched. Ralph too became excited. Piggy babbled. Much, ever so expensive. I bet if you wanted to buy one, you'd have to pay pounds and pounds and pounds. He had it on his garden wall, and my auntie. Ralph took the shell from Piggy. A little water ran down his arm. Color, the shell was deep cream, touched here and there with fading pink. In the point, worn away into the little hole, pink lips of the mouth, lay 18 inches of shell, slightly spiral twist and covered with delicate embossed pattern. Ralph shook his hand out of the deep tube. Mooed like a cow, he said. He had some white stones too, and a bird cage with a green parrot. He didn't blow the white stones, of course, and he said. Piggy paused for breath and stroked the glistening thing that lay in Ralph's hand. Ralph! Ralph looked up. We can use this to call the others. Have a meeting. They'll come when they hear us. He beamed at Ralph. That was what you meant, didn't you? That's why you got the conch out of the water. Ralph pushed back his fair hair. How did your friend blow the conch? He kind of spat. Piggy, Auntie wouldn't let me blow on a coke on account of my asthma. He said you blew from down here. Piggy laid a hand on his jutting abdomen. You try, Ralph. He'll call the others. Doubtfully, Ralph laid the small end of the shell against his mouth and blew. There came a rushing sound from its mouth, but nothing more. Ralph wiped the salt water off his lips and tried again, but the shell remained silent. He kind of spat. Ralph pursed his lips and squirted air into the shell, which emitted a low farting noise. This amused both boys so much that Ralph went on squirting for some minutes between bouts of laughter. He blew from down here. Ralph grasped the idea and hit the shell with air from his diaphragm. Immediately, the thing sounded. A deep, harsh note boomed under the palm, spread through the intricacies of the forest, and echoed back from the pink granite of the mountain. Clouds of birds rose from the treetops. Something squealed and ran into the undergrowth. Hi, cute girl follower. Animal baby stream streak. You'll get there. Soon. Okay, I continue. Ralph took the shell away from his lips. Gosh! Ordinary voice sounded like a whisper after the harsh note of the... He laid the conch against his lips, deep breath, and blew once more. Note boomed again. And then, at his firmer pressure, note fluking up an octave, came a strident blare more penetrating than before. Piggy was shouting something, face pleased, glasses flashing, birds cried, small animals guttered, Ralph's breath failed, note dropped the octave, came a low wubber, as a rush of... Conch was silent, gleaming tusk. Ralph's face was dark with breathlessness, and the air over the island was full of bird clamor, echoes ringing. I bet you can hear that for miles. Ralph found his breath and blew a series of short blasts. Piggy exclaimed, "There's one!" A child had appeared among the palms, about 100 yards along the beach. He was a boy of perhaps 6 years, dirty and fair, his clothes torn, face covered with a sticky mess of trousers lowered for an obvious purpose and had only been pulled back halfway. Jumped off the palm terrace into the sand, and his trousers fell above his ankles. Stepped out of them and trotted to perform. Piggy helped him up. Meanwhile, Ralph continued to blow till voices shouted in the fort. Small boy squatted in front of Ralph, looking up brightly and critically, as he received the reassurance of something purposeful being done and began to look satisfied. His only clean digit, pink thumb, slid into his mouth. Piggy leaned down to him. "What's your name?" "Johnny." Piggy muttered the name to himself and then shouted it to Ralph, who was not interested because he was still blowing. His face was dark, the violent pleasure of making this stupendous noise, and his heart was making the stretched shirt shake. Shouting in the forest was near. Signs of life were visible now on the beach, the sand trembling beneath the trees, revealed many figures in its miles of length. Boys were making their way toward the platform through the hot, damp sand. 3 small children, no older than Johnny, appeared from startlingly close at hand, where they had been gorging fruit in the forest. A dark little boy, not much younger than Piggy, parted a tangle of undergrowth, walked on the platform and smiled cheerfully at everybody. More and more of them came, taking their cue from the Johnny, who sat down on the fallen palm trunk and waited. Ralph continued to blow short, penetrating blasts. Piggy moved among the crowd, asking names and frowning to remember them. Children gave him the sample obedience that they had given to the men with megaphones. Some were naked and carrying their clothes, others half naked or more or less dressed. Full uniform, gray, blue, fawn, jacketed, or jerseyed. They were badges, motoed even motos? Stripes of color in stocking pullovers, their heads clustered above the trunks in green shade, heads brown, fair, black, chestnut, candy, mouse-colored, heads muttering, whispering, heads full of eyes that watched Ralph and speculated something was being done. You're so pretty. Thank you. Thank you, Cameron. The children who came along the beach, singly or in twos, leaped into visibility when they crossed the line from heat to haze to near. Here, eyes was first attracted to a black, bat-like creature danced on the sand. Only later perceived the body above it. That was the child's shadow, shrunk by the vertical sun to a patch feet. Even while he blew, Ralph noticed that the last pair of bodies that reached the platform above a fluttering patch of black, two boys, bullet-headed with hair like tow, flung themselves down, lay grinning and panting, Ralph like dogs. What does that even mean? They're bullet-headed. They were twins, and the eye was shocked and incredulous at such cheery duplication. They breathed together, they grinned together, they were chunky and vital, they raised wet lips at Ralph, for they seemed provided with not quite enough skin, so that their profiles were blurred and their mouths pulled open. I have no idea what that description means. Piggy bent his flashing glasses to them and could be heard between blasts, reading their names. Sam, Eric, Sam, Eric. Then he got muddled. Twins shook their heads and pointed at each other, and the crowd laughed. At last, Ralph ceased to blow and sat there, sponge trailing from one hand, his head bowed on his knees. As the echoes died away, so did the laughter. There was silence. Good morning, Manto. Nemu. Within the diamond haze of the beach, something dark was fumbling along. Ralph saw it first and watched till the intentness of his gaze drew all eyes that way. Then the creature stepped from the mirage? Is that mirage? I need to look it up. That looks like mirage. Okay, it is. Where am I? Okay. Then the creature stepped from mirage onto clear sand. They saw that the darkness was not all shadow, mostly clothing. The creature was a party of boys, marching approximately in step in two parallel lines and dressed in aesthetic clothing. Shirts, and different garments carried in their hands. But each boy wore a square black cap with a silver bit. Their bodies, from throat to ankle, were hidden by black cloaks, which bore a long silver cross on the left breast, and each neck was finished off with lamb bone. The heat of the tropics, the scent, search your food, and now the steady march along the blazing beach had given them the complexions of newly washed plums. The boy who controlled them was dressed in a way, though his cap badge was golden. When his party was about 10 yards from the platform, he shouted an order, and they halted. Gasping, sweating, swaying in the fierce light, the boy himself came forward, vaulted onto the platform, cloak flying, and peered into what to him was almost complete darkness. "Where's the man with the trumpet?" Ralph, sensing his son blindness, answered him. "There's no man with a trumpet, only me." The boy came close and peered down at Ralph. screwing up his face as he did so. What he saw of the fair-haired boy Amy Shell on his knees did not seem satisfied. He turned quickly, black cloak circling. Isn't there a ship then? Inside the floating cloak he was tall, thin, and bony. His hair was red beneath a black cap. His face was crumpled and freckled, ugly without silliness. Out of this face stared two light blue eyes, frustrated now, turning anger. Isn't there a man here? Ralph spoke back. No, we're having a meeting. Join in. A group of cloaked boys began to scatter from close line. The tall boy shouted at them. Fire! Stand still. Wearily obedient, the choir huddled into line and stood there swaying in the sun. Nonetheless, some began to protest faintly. Meridew, please, Meridew, can't we? One of the boys flopped on his face in the sand and the line broke up. They heaved the fallen boy to the platform and let him lie. Meridew, eyes staring, best of a bad job. All right then, sit down, let him alone. But Meridew he's always throwing a feint. Meridew, he didn't gib an Addis and at Matin over the presenter. What's a presenter? Looking this up. Presenter is a person who leads a choir or a congregation in singing or chanting during a religious service. Oh, I see. This last piece of shop brought sniggers from the choir. What's a snigger? Oh my goodness. What are these words? From like 1800s? Sniggers is a noun or verb meaning half suppressed, often disrespectful or scornful laugh. Okay. Well. Who perched like blackbirds on the crisscross trunks and examined Ralph with interest. Piggy asked no names. He was intimidated by this uniform superiority and the offhand authority in Meridew's voice. He shrank to the other side of Ralph and busied himself with his glasses. Meridew turned to Ralph. Aren't there any grown-ups? No. Meridew sat down on a trunk and looked around the circle. Then we'll have to look after ourselves. Secure on the other side of Ralph, Piggy spoke timidly. That's why Ralph made a meeting. So as we can decide what to do, we've heard names. That's Johnny, those two, they're twins, Sam and Eric. Which is Eric? You? No, you're Sam. I'm Eric. And I'm Eric. So many names. Hi, bye. We're reading Lord of the Flies today. I'm getting a little hungry. A little. We'd better all have names, said Ralph, so I'm Ralph. We got most names, said Piggy. Got him just now. Good thing, said Meridew. Why should I be Jack? I'm Meridew. Ralph turned to him quickly. This was the voice of one who knew his own mind. Then, went on Piggy, that boy I forget. You're talking too much, said Jack Meridew. Shut up, fatty. Laughter rose. He's not fatty, cried Ralph. His real name's Piggy. Piggy! Piggy! Oh, Piggy! A storm of laughter arose, and even the tiniest child joined in. For the moment, the boys were a closed circuit of sympathy with Piggy outside. He went very pink, bowed his head, and cleaned his glasses again. Finally, the laughter died away, and the naming continued. There was Morris, next in size among the choir boys to Jack, but broad and grinning all the time. And there was a slight, furtive boy whom no one knew, kept himself with an inner intensity of avoidance and secrecy. He muttered that his name was Roger, and was silent again. Bill, Robert, Harold, Henry, fireboy who had fainted, sat up against the palm trunk, smiled paddedly. Ralph said that his name was Simon. Jack spoke. We've got to decide about being rescued. There was a buzz. One of the small boys, Henry, said that he wanted to go home. Shut up, said Ralph absently. He lifted the coin. Seems to me we ought to have a chief to decide things. Chief! A chief! I ought to be the chief, said Jack with simple arrogance, because I'm chapter choristers and head boy. I can sing C-sharp. Another buzz. Well then, said Jack, he hesitated. Dark boy Roger stirred at last and spoke up. Let's have a vote. Yes, vote for chief. Let's vote. This toy of voting was almost as pleasing as a coach. Jack started to protest. The clamor changed from the general wish for the chief to an election by a claim of Ralph himself. None of the boys could have found a good reason for this. What intelligence had been shown was traceable to Piggy, while the most obvious leader was Jack, but there was a stillness about Ralph as he sat and marked him out. There was his size, an attractive appearance, and most obscurely, most powerfully, there was the conch. The being that had ballooned, that had sat waiting for them on the platform, with the delicate thing balanced on his knees, set apart. Him with the shell. Ralph! Let him be chief with the trumpet thing. Ralph raised a hand for silence. Alright, who wants Jack for chief? With cheery obedience, the choir raised their hands. Who wants me? Every hand outside the choir except Piggy's was raised immediately. Then Piggy, too, raised his hand grudgingly into the air. Ralph continued. I'm chief, then. Circle of boys broke into applause. Even the choir applauded, and the freckles on Jack's face disappeared under a blush of mortification. Started up and sat down again while at the air ring. Ralph looked at him, eager to offer something. The choir belongs to you, of course. They could be the army, or hunters. They could be the suffusion drained away from Jack's face. Ralph waved again for silence. You know, this Ralph boy is actually way more mature. I'm kind of glad he became chief. Jack's in charge of the choir. They can be, what do you want them to be? Hunters. Jack and Ralph smiled at each other with shy liking. The rest began to talk eagerly. Jack stood up. All right, choir, take off your togs. As if released from class, the choir boys stood up, chatted, pawed their black cloaks on the grass. Jack laid his on the trunk by Ralph. His gray shorts were sticking to him with sweat. Ralph glanced at them admiringly. Jack saw his glance. He explained. I tried to get over that hill to see if there was water all around, but your shell caught us. Ralph smiled and he held up the conch for silence. Listen, everybody. I've got to have time to think things out. I can't decide what to do straight off. This isn't an island we might be rescued straight away. We've got to decide if this is an island. Everybody must stay around here and wait and not go away. 3 of us, if we take more, we'd get all mixed and lose each other. 3 of us. Well, go on an expedition and find out. I'll go, and Jack and looked around, circle of eager faces. There's no lack of boys to choose from. And Simon. Boys round Simon giggled, and he stood up, laughing a little. Now that the pallor of his fate was over, he was a skinny, vivid little boy, the glance coming up from under the hut of straight hair that hung down, black and coarse. He nodded at Ralph. I'll come. And Jack snatched from behind him a sizable chef knife and clouded it into a trunk. The buzz rose and died away. Piggy stirred. I'll come. Ralph turned to him. You're no good on a job like this. All the same, we don't want you. Jack flatly. Three's enough. Piggy's glasses flashed. Hey, they're so mean. Hi Jake, hi Clark. Hi 75. Hi Nemu. I was with him when he found the conch. I was with him before anyone else was. Jack and the others paid no attention. There was a general dispersal. Ralph, Jack, and Simon jumped off the platform and walked along the sea past the bathing pool. Piggy hung bumbling behind them. If Simon walks in the middle of it, said Ralph, we could talk over his head. The 3 of them fell into step. This meant that every now and then Simon had to do a double shuffle to catch up with others. Presently, Ralph stopped and turned back to Piggy. Look! Jack and Simon pretended to notice nothing. Walked on. You can't come. Piggy's glasses were misted again, this time with humiliation. You told him after what I said. Flushed, mouth trembled. After I said I didn't want. What on earth are you talking about? About being called Piggy. I said I didn't care as long as they didn't call me Piggy. And I said not to tell, and then you went and straight out. Dullness descended on them. Ralph, looking with more understanding at Piggy, saw that he was hurt and crushed. Hovered between the 2 pieces of apology or further insult. Better Piggy than Fatty, he said at last, with the directness of genuine leadership. And anyway, I'm sorry if you feel like that. Now go back, Piggy. Take names. That's your job. So long. He turned and raced after the other 2. Piggy stood, and the rose of indignation faded out slowly from him. Went back to the platform. The 3 boys walked briskly on the sand. The tide was low, and there was a strip of weed-strewn beach that was almost as firm as rope. A kind of glamour spread over them, and the scene, they were conscious of the glamour and happy by it. Turned to each other, laughing excitedly, talking, not listening. The air was bright. Ralph faced by the task of translating all this into an explanation, stood on his head and fell over. When they had done laughing, Simon stroked Ralph's arm shyly, and they had to laugh again. What is happening now? I am falling asleep. Here's yawn. Hi! Hi, Arc Leftboard. It's good to see you. Good to see you as well. I need to take a break. So much reading. My throat is getting so dry. You are doing very well as what? The reading is relaxing. What is that? What does that mean? I need a cough drop. And I already finished them. I think I ate all of my cough drops. Oh, getting sleepy as expected. True. What am I reading? I am reading Lord of the Flies. Have any of you read this in school? I remember we were supposed to read it probably like high school sophomore year, first semester, but I started late. I think I transferred like second semester. So I didn't get to read this. We read so many books in high school, I remember. But I don't remember any of them. I probably only remember The Kite Runner? Do I remember that? No. Just kidding, I don't remember The Kite Runner. I think I remember the Camp 14. Camp 14 was something I read. It was interesting. 60 streams! Nice! What's your favorite book you have read? I would say my favorite book is probably not like this type of literature. My favorite book I've read? Maybe Harry Potter. Harry Potter is probably my favorite books to read. I don't know. I've never really thought about my favorite book, but I do have favorite movies and animes and stuff like that. But book, I was like a heavy reader back in like middle school, maybe. Been a while though. And that was all I did. I didn't do anything else on my free time. All I did was read. But they're all like very easy novels, I guess. Like, you know, Harry Potter, Twilight, Percy Jackson, stuff like that. I'm not sure what my favorite, absolute favorite book. But Harry Potter should be on the top list. The only one I really remember was The Hobbit. The rest were forgettable. I saw The Hobbit at the thrift store the other day. But sorry. But I don't think I've ever read it. Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. I tried to watch Lord of the Rings. I remember. I tried to watch the show, or was it a movie? But I don't know. It didn't spark my interest that much. It's a masterpiece. I believe it is. Hi, Harless. Look, we have similar youth. I was glad to say it. I feel like if you grew up in the States, the curriculums are all kind of similar. You weren't really into books that much. You were more into movies and shows. Me too. Oh wait, you're talking about like in middle school? I did watch some. I remember I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something. Some sort of like... I watched some kind of... Marvel's series. You saw the short? Oh, you saw the short that had your name? Yeah. I remember also watching the originals. Do you guys know that one? It's like the Vampire Diaries, but like it came out after the Vampire Diaries, but the story is talking about way before the Vampire Diaries. It's the same story, same world, but it's like the original vampires. That one was really good, I remember. I remember what else. Yeah. Do you have a favorite animal? Are you talking about anime or animal? Favorite animal? I have so many. I love hamsters, rats, sheep, I guess. I love myself. Bunnies, dogs and cats, bears. Too many. I really want bunnies. They're so cute, but very hard to take care of. I think they get sick easily or something. You gotta prepare for massive medical bills. I want a hamster. I've been wanting to like ask my landlord if I can have a hamster, but I was like trying to think of an excuse. I was like, my friend needs like someone to take care of their hamster. Is it okay if I help them keep it or something? Coming up with like weirdest excuses, but I don't want to be like, hey, can I get a hamster? Cause the contract, my lease contract already says no pets. So if I say I want to get it, it sounds like I'm kind of like, I don't know, avoiding contract even though I asked. Love foxes, they're so cute when they laugh. True! Foxes are so cute. Hi, Grey Solo Cup. My sister had a couple guinea pigs a while back and their poor babies are vulnerable to everything. Oh my goodness. Guinea pigs are so cute. Guinea pigs are like one of the only rodents, I guess, that can live together. They like follow each other's butts around. They are so cute. My friend also has guinea pigs. And she doesn't live too far from me, so every time I go to her place, I play with her guinea pigs. They're so cute and squeaky. Friend of mine raised them out of cage from a young age, so their house always has bunnies just jumping up to join me on couch or something. Oh my goodness! That sounds adorable. I want Holland dwarf bunnies. They're so cute. I just want one. Ah! Real fly attacked me again. I just want one hamster one bunny, one rat. I would like to get a poodle, a Yorkie, a... I want everything. Would you rather have 3 guinea pigs or a bunny? A bunny for sure. Guinea pigs are not my favorite. Are not on my favorites. Bunnies are. Bunnies are number 1. It's probably also why my favorite character, Sanrio character, is my Melody. They're so cute. The ears are so cute. On the note of favorite anime, number 1 is definitely... I don't even know if I should say this is my favorite anime. It's my favorite manga, and then it came out with an anime. So maybe it's my favorite manga instead, but it's Himoto Umaru-chan. And... I have so many favorites. I also like... well, this one is also manga. It's Maojo no Oyasumi. This one is also like my favorite manga, and they made anime out of it. But I recently have a new favorite anime. It's the 4 season Agents of 4 Seasons. 春夏秋冬春夏秋冬 Oh, I don't know how to say this. 大校舎 This one is so good. I went to a manga convention and I bought acrylics for the first time ever, and it was for the Agents of 4 Seasons. They're so cute. I don't regret. I also like Boku SS. That is also one of my favorites. And oh, I like this one. This is like the old one. This is Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. It's like Sakura when she grows up, sorta. But another world. Not the same one. It is an old one, yeah. I feel like Boku is around the same time too. More of a reader than watcher yourself too. I used to watch less anime and I read more mangas. I guess because back then there weren't a lot of sites to watch anime from. Now there are. What's your favorite aquatic animal if you have one? My favorite aquatic animal? Turtles, maybe? Turtles are so cute. Aquatic animals? What aquatic animals are there? Aquatic animal. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. I don't think I'm gonna sing today, by the way, guys. I'm sorry. But probably because I didn't sleep well last night. So Not a good day for singing. Yeah, I think my favorite aquatic animal is turtles. Turtles are the cutest. And they live forever. Not really. I'm so hungry. Did you guys hear my stomach growling? I need to eat something. Hi, Matt. Or Maddie. Hello. What are you planning on eating? I do have miso shiru, or actually salmon miso soup, that I made 2 days ago. And I'm probably gonna make boiled eggs. And I just bought a soy milk machine. It kind of looks like a blender. Yeah. And it works really well. I love using it. It takes 30 minutes. Only 30 minutes to go from like just the soybeans to soy milk. So it's so good. It's my new favorite beverage now. Hello, Matt or Maddie is okay. Okay. Just first time being here and getting hungry. Well, welcome. I'm always hungry. Always. Sounds lovely. Yeah, I also have a mochi ice cream that I got yesterday. This is Japanese brand, but it's not my favorite. I think my favorite mochi ice cream is still the American brand. And I have natto. Is it natto? I don't think it's natto. What is this called? Broad bean. They're called broad beans. Interesting. It's like a snack. I don't know if you guys have ever had it before. It's like they dry it and then salt it. It's so good. I always crave for it when I'm like watching anime or movie at home by myself and I want a snack. This is what I go for. Ayabo. Ahanamu. So recently I've been having like stomach issues. Like I don't know. I like having acid refluxes and then bloating problems and takes forever to digest. So I've been looking into cooking by myself more than before. And I really have to choose my ingredients wisely. And I have to stay away from sugar and oily food, greasy food. So I bought flour and I'm gonna try to make my own noodles. Do you have a favorite plushie or stuffed animal? Your favorite stuffed animal is a shark and fox and they're so soft and cute. My favorite too. I have a bear. I have a bear that I've been sleeping with for like tons of years. That's why my favorite animal is bears. The bigger ones, I guess. Horse nut, right? Dried broad beans. I love them. Ah, they're called horse nuts. I think so. Let me check on Wikipedia. Okay. They're called fava bean. I don't see anything about horse here. Yeah. They're so good. Nemu. Okay. Edamame is your favorite snack when you can get a hold of them? Me too. The dried edamame and the fresh edamame, they're both so good. Oh my gosh, getting so hungry. The brands I get are called horse nut anyways. It's an odd name. Oh, let me check. Horse nut. Horse nut. Broad beans. Well, I think you're right. But I don't see this brand. But if I type in horse nut broad beans, it comes out with the correct ones. Edamame, that's right. They're so good. You guys, I never realized that edamame beans are the same beans as soybeans. Did you guys know that? Soybean and edamame is the same bean. They don't look the same, right? But they're actually the same thing. Isn't that weird? Isn't that so weird? Yeah. I found out about that recently. And edamame the same. Yep. Edamame are young, green, immature, whereas soybeans are left on the plant to fully mature and harden. Isn't that so weird to think about? Like, this whole time, our favorite snacks have been soybeans the whole time. They do seem so different. Weird. Mind blown. The first time I heard about it. Still till this day, I forget about this. Oh, I'm just, drinking old edamame soup, which is soy milk. Gonna go now. Okay, see you next time. Ark, thank you for coming today. I'm probably gonna end stream soon too, cause I'm so hungry. Hi Pickle. Hi Nemu. Yeah, I'm gonna eat rest of my snacks. Cook some veggies. Our veggies so good. You do you, Nemu, no problem. Well, I supposedly will stream at 12. The fruit fly is bugging me again. I'm supposed to stream at 12 and I sing. Guys, but I'm definitely not able to sing today. I don't even think this is a fruit fly anymore. What is it? I don't think I'm able to sing today, so we're gonna skip karaoke stream. my throat is super cracked up today. Honestly, I was so sad because there's some nice vibes. Aww. Thank you. Did I get here too late? Just a little. Just a little. You were doing karaoke. I'll be able to do it tomorrow. Hopefully, if I can sleep well. RLL fruit fly hunting stream? I have no idea how I'm supposed to hunt it. It's just it appears in front of my eyes for 1 second, then it's gone. They fly so fast. Oh, by the way, guys, I got Pacopia. And I'm probably gonna get the Switch to... It's probably gonna arrive tomorrow. So, We will be, hopefully we'll be able to play Pokopia tomorrow morning. Or Thursday morning. Or, which is Wednesday night for you guys. So stoked for that! You can get one of those zappers that look like tennis racket. They're too big! Like the net on them, they're too big. It won't capture, it won't zap these tiny fruit flies. Big Pokemon fan, let's go! I'm gonna talk to the Pokemon. That's nice. I don't know you have a voice because of TikTok. Oh, you're from TikTok! Welcome, welcome. Please take care of yourself, Nemu. You don't sound recovered yet. Your patience, so don't worry. I do, my voice. You can hear it, right? It's like raspy. Ugh. Confirm we can be patient. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being patient. Well then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Wait, I want to tell you guys about my nightmare last night. I feel like a lot of you weren't here when I was talking about it. The reason why I didn't sleep well is because I had this like nightmare. And you know, I'm living on a part of the earthquake thing. Forgot what it's called. So like recently there's been so many earthquakes going on. And I had a nightmare where there was like an earthquake. Okay, the earthquake part wasn't the nightmare, okay? But it did start from a nightmare. And it did start from the earthquake. And in my dream, in the beginning, I was like standing on these apartment staircases. Like those emergency staircases. And then the whole apartment starts shaking. And then like I'm grabbing onto the handrails. And then I hear this old man tumbling down the staircases every floor. And he's just like screaming. And I was like, poor thing. He can't stand still. So he kept falling from floor to floor. And he was like beneath my floor. So I didn't get to see him. But I keep hearing him echoing, his screaming, echoing in the staircases. And then later on in the dream, I think there was like a dog that got lost in sea, and we had to like we saved it, we rescued it, and my brother was like attaining to it or something. What's the word? Like my brother was like tying him up and like helping him dry off. And then we kind of switched. So I went out because for some reason the apartment was next to the shore. Attending, that's right. It wasn't attaining. And then we decided to switch spots. So he went inside and I went outside. It was like middle of the night, and I went to that dog. And for some reason it became like this. It was not a dog anymore. It was these gardening hoses. And it was like a human-shaped gardening hose. I don't even know how to describe this. And in my dream, I was terrified. I was like, no, not this. Not now. Like, not by myself. And at that moment, I realized I was dreaming. And I tried so hard to make myself wake up, because I knew that if I continued that dream, I don't know, that hose is going to do something to me. There were these like dark green hoses. It was standing and it was wearing this cap, like a baseball cap backwards. And I was like, no. I was terrified. And I tried so hard to make myself wake up. It's hard. You can never make yourself wake up when you know you're dreaming. I have this technique where I would start hearing myself in real life. Like I would breathe. I would be able to hear my breathing. So I would breathe real hard, and then after a while I'll wake up. It's kind of interesting. I've been doing this since I was little. Like every time I know I'm dreaming and it's a nightmare, I try to breathe super hard. Yeah, and then after a while I'll wake up. It takes a while though. Or at least it feels like it takes a while in the dream. Take notes to make this into a movie. Please, no! That's a nightmare. You are deep sleep when you're dreaming. Everyone is in deep sleep when they're dreaming, I believe. But I do fall into dreams right away. Yeah. I do dream right away. Like, I slowly drift into my dreams when I sleep, so a lot of the times I'm half awake and half dreaming. And then I fall asleep. It's weird. I've always been able to do this though. I'm able to control my dreams a lot. Especially when I was younger. Now I kind of lost the ability because I stopped caring about how I dream. But when I was younger, I was always fascinated by how you can sort of feed your brain to noticing that you're dreaming, and then you just keep telling it what to do when you realize you're dreaming. Then the moment you realize you're dreaming, you can sort of control it because you know that you're dreaming, and you can be like, I want to do this or I want to do that. It doesn't always change after I notice it, but yeah. But think of the story, Nemu. I stay with 10% and you 90%. Wait, percentage for what? Apparently, if you can't see your reflection in the mirror, then you're dreaming. I do though. I do see my reflection in a dream, but the reflection is usually it's made up, you know? It could be anything. Serious question. Do you generally have not the best sleep quality? You are very correct. I don't really have the best quality sleep. And I've been like that forever. I'm able to fall asleep, but my sleep is very restless. I dream so much. But are you like this too? Royalties when the movie comes out. Oh, I see. Basically, you stay with the most of the Wow. It's okay. I'll just take the 10%. You did the hard work. You might want to look into REM sleep disorders because you mirror me entirely. Really? I have a disorder? I mean, there are things you can do to reduce the dreams and get better sleep. Like what? Please enlighten me. I mean, recently I feel like I've been getting better sleep if I do my complete sleep routine, which is drinking sleep tea and then taking a bath and having the air conditioning on lower and finishing all my chores before I sleep. No. I'll do all the hard work and you stay with the 90% of the money. Why? Okay, I'm donating it to you then. You do. There is little to do about it, sadly. Too much REM sleep means less deep sleep, so mentally sharp but physically tired. Huh. That does sound like me. Like, I wake up and I feel more tired than before going to sleep sometimes. But it's been a little better recently. I just have to stay on the same sleep schedule. Can't remember the last time I had a nightmare. I kinda miss them. Probably because I need more vitamin D, because I heard you don't dream as much if you don't get much during the day. Huh? I'm always under the sun. I love the sun. Rainy days make me depressed. Very depressed. Yeah, that's it. Okay, 50%. Take it or leave it. You'll stay with all the money. Okay, fine. Can't wait for the movie to come out. Wait, but if we are doing a movie, I actually want to do another one of my nightmares because it's so cute. Guys, hear me out. There's this nightmare that I still remember till this day because it's like so cute. After I woke up, I realized how cute it is. So in this dream, I was on the streets of like Tokyo or somewhere. You know how they have like these little alleys? Are they called alleys? It's like the back of buildings, and it's like really tiny alleys. Okay, so in my dream, all of a sudden, like I was walking on the street and it was like normal, and then all of a sudden, like everyone's gone. There's no cars, no people, no sound. Like it's completely quiet. And then for some reason, I decided, wait, I'm gonna draw this for you guys. I want you guys to see how it looks. It's still kind of vivid, but not so much anymore. Like, I can't remember the whole thing, but I drew it down, which is why I still sort of remember. I drew it one time, but I don't remember where I saved it. So I'm just gonna draw another one. That. Okay. Hold on. Alright. Okay. So in the dream, I like the sun too much because it burns me for 5 seconds. Tell us your stories, oh shiny mystical sheep. It's just like listening to my daughter, who is also the same as me with sleep issues. Oh my goodness. Why did I get this from you, Dad? Actually, you're not wrong. My dad is also like me. Or I'm also like my dad, I guess. He also has sleeping problems. Maybe it is. It probably is sort of inherited, because my mom and my brother have like the best sleep quality ever. Okay, so in my dream, guys, it's funny. So there was a, what are these called? Like, it's like a high, it's like a highway that's on a bridge. So there's this bridge highway, okay? And okay. So supposedly there's like cars here in the beginning of the dream. And okay, and then I was like walking on the sidewalk. That's me in sheep form. So I'm having a good time walking on the sidewalk when all of a sudden all the cars and the people were just gone. And sorry. And then Nemu Sheep was like, hey, what's going on? Okay. And then I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like thinking to myself, oh, that's bad. Okay. And I'm like, why is it all of a sudden, why is it so quiet? And then suddenly I have like this intuition, like a sixth sense, and I was like, oh my gosh, something's coming. And I instantly go into the alley? Is it called an alley? Like, you know, like between the stores. Back of the stores or something. So I run in there and it's like super narrow. So from above, like if we look at the alley, it's called an alley, okay. You look at it from above and they're like boxes and stuff around. And maybe like air conditioners. So that's me. And I like run in here and I like hide behind one of these like boxes thing. And hi Clarice, already enjoying the story before it starts. She sings, she draws, she tells stories. Omni-talented. You are so right. Okay guys, so I ran into the alley and I'm like so scared. And I hope I'm able to draw this perspective well. Okay. Okay. How do I do this? Okay, so sheep is here. I'm peering out. From go away! Sorry, there was a fruit fly. Okay. I have to erase this. Alright. So I'm peering out from behind this box. Or maybe it was like a pillar or something. And I'm like, what's happening? why is like everything gone? And here's the highway bridge. With there's like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Japanese movies or if you've been to Japan. There's like a lot of like bicycle, like bike rails, bike lanes. So like I'm seeing all these bike lanes on the other side of the road, and they kind of look like this. And there's like other buildings on the other side. And trees. And we need to keep these frames for the manga. Okay, so I'm like secretly peering out just to see like what is happening. And okay, I'm actually remembering now. This is actually a whole pillar. So it's not just a box. Oops. Deleting all of this. Hi Clay! We're almost ending stream. I'm just talking about Mecha. What is that? Kaki? Kaki ga umai? Now you can see everything. Just to watch on your PC because you could see me on your phone. Oh, because you couldn't see me on your phone. Okay, and reminding you guys that it is currently like super quiet, right? Right. And then let me think, what was the order? Okay, so I'm still like I'm here. And ega umai. Ah, ega umai. I see. I know that word. I just don't know how to say it sometimes. Okay, so right now I'm like here and I'm like shivering. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening out there? And I get this intuition, sixth sense, that there is a giant baby chick standing on top of the bridge. Don't ask me how I knew. I just knew it. I just knew that there was a huge baby chick sitting on there. And and when I was here, like I suddenly felt that like there were a lot of eyes staring at me. And when I was standing there, while I was standing here, and I felt, what is it called? Like I felt their eyes? I felt their eyes? Yes, I'm drawing a dream I had. And originally I was like looking this way, right? I was looking this way, and then I felt their stare coming from like above my head. And so I like slowly look up. I like look up and worried. And then I see this nest right above my head. It's like a bird's nest. And there's like a bunch of baby birds looking down at me. And their expression, oh my god, this is gonna be so hard to draw because of the perspective. Let me think. How do I draw this? It would be in a perspective like this. And that would be oh, this is so creepy. I think I'm getting it. The perspective. This is a nest. And the baby chicks. Not baby chicks, but baby birds. Oh my gosh. I'm not bad at this. I'm surprised I'm able to draw this much. Okay, so like a bunch of baby birds are looking at me. And I'm like, uh-oh. Oh gosh. They're gonna tell on me. And next thing I know, obviously, the whole nest of birds, of baby birds, start like going cheep cheep cheep. I don't know. Beep beep beep. There's a sheep here. And they're all like screaming. They all started screaming. And I'm like, oh no. Okay. And then back to here. Alright, next thing I know is the massive baby chick looks down from behind the bridge. I don't even remember how it looked. It goes da-da. Maybe not. But it's like, just like imagine this super scary music. And I'm just panicking because the huge baby chick was looking at me. And I was so scared and I woke up. End of the story. Thank you for listening. That's it. I should have played like scary music. I need some scary music to go with this. Wait. I got this. う。だらIt's like I'm watching you. This is getting scary, huh? Wait, I'm also gonna add this. Okay, that's all. The rest of the music isn't that scary. But that's basically what happened. Jaws, yes. Absolute cinema. An epic for the ages. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh. I finished it! Yay! Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, 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 ba-dum. And that's it. Will there be a sequel to the story? I mean, that was a one-time dream. That happened this dream was 10 years ago. I don't think I will dream of it again. You're cooking music! Oh my... I'm not feeling my hunger anymore. I need to eat then. Hi, Star Believer! You're staring at me menacingly. Thank you all for coming today. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will turn the stream into a movie spin-off. Okay. Nemu and the big baby chick. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, Lucar. Thank you for coming. Thank you for modding, Brucey. Who's Nemo? Bye, Claire. Bye, Brucey. Okay, Nemu. Bye, Gray. Bye, Eru. Bye, Matt. Taking notes. Bye, bye. Please keep taking care of yourself. Thank you, thank you. Bye, Love Control. Bye, bye. Bye, Story Believer. Bye, bye, everyone else. Also enjoyed your time here, Nemu. Nice. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow. We raid. I want to eat, so maybe next time. Bye bye. またね。来てくれてありがとう。